Hello everyone and welcome to this video. In this video I'm going to do some storyline quests. They came unexpected because I thought that with the Pandora cracks I thought that was the last one, but it's not apparently. So this is a really pleasant surprise. Yeah, the launcher, the game, it has gotten an update. Yeah, it brought some trouble along, but well, that is what it is. But a lot still works right, so I thought this was so silly. It was the tiniest amount of dialogue, and for that we needed a day blocker. Like, come on. It was really SSO, either testing out our patience or trying to get more star coins out of us. I love that this time the Dino Valley soundtrack is used, or one of those soundtracks. Yeah, even though it's in Silverglade, I chose to use Winter Dream for a few reasons. First, I was too lazy to switch horse. But also I have not done a storyline quest with Winter Dream yet, and I wanted to do at least one with Winter Dream too. Well, unless you of course count that introduction in Dino Valley as a storyline quest, but I don't know, not so sure if that's counted as a storyline quest, so that is why. And well, the Christmas decorations are still up, so using Winter Dream like that now does fit the vibe, because well, Christmas makes you think of winter, right, in general. I know that it can of course differ, that well, some people they celebrate Christmas and then it's still hot because of the location where they live. That would be so odd, celebrating Christmas in summer. Because for me, from Western Europe, Netherlands, it's always winter, of course, when we celebrate Christmas. Whether there's snow and frost or not, it is always colder and darker. Yeah, I already thought I knew what this quest was going to be, and I'm right. We're gonna see Darko for the first time, and we're gonna get busy with the runestones. So maybe I'll post a location video for that, I'll see. Because they're really literally everywhere. But I've written it down. Of course, we gotta get the binoculars first. I don't get it. This is not where GED headquarters lies. It's more like near Golden Hill. Like, no way we could see it from here. Not even with binoculars. I don't believe that. I don't get it. Why didn't they just choose to make us... this was so silly. Why didn't they just make us look out from Golden Hills? Yeah, we're coming. Sonia. Oh no, she fell. It's actually kind of funny and cute how SSO incorporated this little sort of side quest in a main storyline quest. Yeah, better to wear a helmet when horse riding. Sure. Yeah, I remember this. I think it was my first SSO video about this storyline quest preparation. And back then still with the old RuneStone and in snow. I'll make it available for you to click in the upper right corner to directly go to that video. It's really short. That video has generated more views than I expected. I wasn't even really that much of a YouTuber back then, but I did did make 2 small videos, so there was already a little bit of a beginning, but not fully yet, and it was just recorded with my phone, so that was really funny. I also made 2 short videos on Insta. Yeah, my Instagram is dead as can be. But oh well. I don't know what happened. Just at some point my Insta was going so well, and like every post was getting more likes than the previous one, and then all of a sudden, boom, it dropped and it never recovered again. So yeah, I don't know about the Instagram algorithm, and I don't know what's the point. I just lost a little bit motivation. I still post on Instagram, but yeah, not that much anymore. To Tyra, sure, we're gonna go to Tyra, but I'm just curious to what Carney has to say as well. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm always curious to the dialogue. I know that a lot of people they skip it over and they just want to get to the action, but the dialogue is like 90% of the quest. Well, not good with numbers, but it's a big part of the quest. So skipping dialogue, then you just miss out on much. It's not just action, we also need some information. But oh well, everybody plays in their own way. I like to just calmly read the dialogue. I want to learn more lore. I love learning more lore. Okay, yeah, so the bus didn't work. So I completed this quest later. Yeah, like I said, with the update came some troubles. An inclination. Oh, from to be inclined, I guess. How can we even see anything? Like, but here's the answer. Yeah, could just be lightning, but it's not. There is so much going on in Jorvik. The citizens, their lives, regular lives. Mrs. Drake with her evil plans in Jarlheim in Harvest counties. everything with the druids and us, the soul riders, Darkcore, D&D. Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely a really interesting place. This Jorvik as a whole, like there is so much going on this island. So many forces at work at the same time. I mean, they would already have spotted us, but oh well. Yeah, there's Darko. Our lifeblood. Yeah. Yada, alright, Darko, yeah. Yeah, so he knows about us. I think he actually, when he talks about us in this way, I think he knows more about us than we know about ourselves, actually. Because he's familiar with our presence, and according to him we're not desirable, so then we really must be powerful. And maybe whoever we are, somebody like us has been on Jorvik previously and fought Darko, like now the Soul Riders reincarnate, and whoever we are, we also reincarnated, apparently. And I mean after Aideen, Nihili and Elise. This horse is impressive. It also has fire hooves. The way he describes Elise, it's like Elise is this really powerful presence, but also quite intimidating. A bit ruthless, perhaps even. Okay, I was curious what happens if I run into them, but this is what happens, so I don't recommend doing it. I was just curious, like, is something really gonna happen if I run into them? Yes. But you don't have to start all the way from the beginning. I was glad about that. So then if you wondered, yeah, that is what happens then. Well, maybe if I would have walked around the Darker Man, then maybe not, but I was like, I just want to go on with this quest. We don't know exactly who Darko is, but yeah, I have my theory about it. Yeah, I'll also link towards that video in the upper right corner. I think he's the opposite of us. Like Aideen, she is a spirit of light, but Darko is a spirit of darkness. He possesses all the powers, and so do we. So he is like our direct opposite. Also like a female from the light and a male from the dark. That's another opposite of it. So interesting. But yeah, if you want to know more about that, then I recommend watching that video. Okay, so now continuing the quest I started with. Yeah. Alex's mother, she has her trouble as well. Not so much confidence in herself. She doesn't value herself that much. Is this a typical mother thing? Because like my mother, she also had that for a bit. Not as much as Mrs. Cloudmill, but like feeling insecure about oneself, struggling with saying no. Like, do we all have the same mothers? She's fine now. She's fine. The thing is, Alex can tell her mother this, but well, it's up to her to learn how to believe that herself. I noticed that myself. Like, you can talk to somebody, you can tell them so often, like, those negative thoughts, they are not true, blah blah blah, but yeah, there's no point to it. They have to make the journey themselves to change those beliefs. Doesn't matter how often you tell them sometimes. Their feelings, that is for them to sort out. Well, that is what I know from my life experience. It differs per person, but yeah, in general, that self-confidence and beliefs is usually, it's an inside job. Like, others can tell, but that person has to come to it themselves. At least that is what I saw with people who didn't believe in themselves. That I was like, nah, you shouldn't think like that about yourself. You're great, etc. Blah blah blah. But it didn't matter. No matter how encouraging I was or positive, those people, they needed to reach that belief themselves. But of course, that does not mean that there is no use at all in stimulating another person positively. No, definitely not. But yeah, it may just take some more time than you expect. Another life lesson, lol. A life lesson in every video. Or from my experience at least. Oh, we're gonna get our own rune once. It's about time. Could have done it in such a way that we didn't just get it, but that we had to build it. It won't be like that, but I mean, if you're gonna extend the storyline quest, that little extra step, yeah, sure, maybe some players would have been annoyed with that, but still, it's more content, and that also adds to the story. Like, how does that work? Building a rune wand yourself. That could also come with more new interesting lore and information. But yeah, SSO didn't choose to go by that route, and it's fine. I enjoy this just as much. There comes the pink energy again. It's always exciting. The fact that Fripp says that there are many reasons why we shouldn't have this. I want to know them now, but I guess he's not gonna tell us. He'll probably be like, you're fine with it. There are many reasons why you shouldn't have it, but I'm gonna give it to you anyways. Yeah, why not? Well, at least then we can get to work, which we need to do. I still have it in my inventory, or in my storage in new SSO. That was a new little soundtrack. Well, it's no, not a soundtrack, just a sound. This is so cutesy. It's too bad that it's with this newer runestone, but this newer runestone is beautiful as well. But the older ones, they're just a little bit more nostalgic. But yeah, luckily I have that little clip of it. Actually, I'm glad that I got to play this at night then, because that pink in the dark looks beautiful, really. Really stands out. Yeah, Alex, where were you? Hurry up. No. Kidding. So I'm pretty much right about my other theory that these runestones, they are pillars. They help to keep the energy of Pandoria and the energy of the land of Yarvik, to keep it in balance, to prevent the Pandoric energy from taking over. They kind of stop it as well, because, well, it's literally pink Pandorian energy flowing through these stones, and it's gorgeous and magical. But if it goes out of balance, well, then we've got a problem. If Pandorian energy takes over, I don't know, I guess then all of Yarvik would turn pink. Pandoria is apparently not such a pleasant place to live in, so we don't want that. I guess the whole pressure, etc. I guess it feels different, and it really heavily weighs you down. Well, that's how Anne described it in the books. For a moment I was like, oh, how does this work again? I was a little overwhelmed by all these symbols, but it's beautiful. And then at some point I was like, oh yeah, I gotta pick that symbol, but where is it? And I was like, oh, I gotta hurry, but I found it anyways. Yeah, it's easy, but it's just all these symbols. It's a little overwhelming at first, but yeah, once you've taken in that information, easy peasy. Really fun to do, actually. Measurement succeeded, nice. At this point I was like, oh, I probably don't have to dismount anymore. Let's mount up to my horse again anyways. It's almost time 2 again. What the heck? It always goes so fast. Even though it's been almost half an hour already. Half an hour is nothing. Half an hour passed by real fast. Well, depends on what you do, but when you do something that is fun, then half an hour feels like 10 minutes, something like that. Yeah, we are talented. I know. Yeah, I do think we're the reincarnation of Aideen. When I hear Dargo talk about us like that, or when I read it, I think there just have been previous girls who also were a reincarnation of Aideen. If that is the truth, but that's its theory I go with for now. Seems very likely. Yeah, we don't know it yet. Taco just knows more about us than we do about ourselves. We'll figure it out someday, I'm sure. Yeah, I really want to get to know that. I guess it will be revealed at the end. Alright, well, that was then it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good night, day, morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time it is for you. Bye!